My name is Maya McGarity, and my case study topic I chose is segregation in today's football coaching profession. So the synopsis of my case study is that racism is displayed when it comes to the hiring process of a head coaching job in a college football profession. African American men are given interviews, but are essentially not given the job. Whites are at an advantage when it comes to the hiring process. And the case study also focuses on this topic mainly in the college coaching profession, and specifically how it pertains to Black men versus white men in the profession. So the problem in this case study discussed was that African American men were not receiving the same consideration as white men. When it came to Black men being hired for college coaching positions, they were applying for head coaching jobs, and even with good experiences and great resumes, they were still not receiving the job. White men have no problem in their career advancing and getting promotions. It is not the same for African American men, and this case study addressed that. So some background on the topic: even though segregation was outlawed in the 1960s, it very much still exists socially, in a social kind of environment, and also in the workforce. In a case study published May 5th, 2018 by Jacob C. Day, he talks about the detriments of being African American compared to being white, and the effects it has on their football coaching profession. He talks about doing a study that shows how their career is majorly disrupted from being able to advance due to their race. He also explains the process of hiring and what being a person of color does to make the process difficult for them. In another case study published by David J. Momway Jr. in 1999, he states that increased representation of minority groups in managerial positions is a necessary condition for achieving parity in work rewards. This statement is very significant, and this statement is also imperative. Minorities need to be seen on the same level as majority races such as white males so that equality can be reinstated, not just in equal pay, but also in receiving fairness and being picked for promotions. Some more on the topic. In another study by Jacob C. Day, he states, both techniques find the negative effects of occupying non-central positions do not extend to white coaches. When occupying non-central coaching positions, white coaches are likely to move into a high status and high authority positions and be on a high mobility career track. It doesn't matter what position white coaches start out at, they will eventually be promoted to mostly head coaching positions. That is not the case for Black coaches. They will be hired into positions where they will be unable to move up, usually the same positions as the white coaches, yet they're not receiving the same promotions. This is a problem not just in a coaching professions, but also with African Americans in any other career track as well. The inequality is very present, and steps need to be taken to create change. The structuration theory is exactly how you can describe the situation. The theory could be used to change the ways equality is enforced in the hiring process. Policies are already in place that require minorities being given the opportunity for head coaching jobs. This policy needs to be improved, however, because they are interviewing African Americans for the job, but only because they have to. New policies need to make sure actual hiring is considered. Another solution is the NCAA and other college coaching programs need to step in and have a representative present during the hiring process to ensure equality is being established by the school's choice. Some concepts from class that I kind of want to reflect on about that kind of has to do with this topic: anticipatory organizational socialization, person job fit. This concept includes finding the right employee to fill an open position, improves efficiency and productivity of a unit, positively related to job satisfaction. And the second one is person organization fit. This concept includes matching employee and organization's values, beliefs, and culture, positively related to job satisfaction, helping and cooperating with others, and volunteering for extra duties. And it is negatively related to intentions to quit. These concepts help shed light on the proper way that people should be hired for jobs. In these concepts, it talks about matching values and beliefs, which is reasonable. It's not reasonable to base your decision on race, gender, social class, etc. African American men deserve to be treated with the same consideration as white men when it comes to being chosen as a head coach in a college team. Same goes for minorities in general. In this case, we covered some of the reasons that inequality in the workplace still exists. I talked about how African American men are kept at a disadvantage when trying to advance in their career, ways that this problem can be solved/resolved, perspectives from others about how this situation is explained in real life, and how we can notice when inequality in the hiring process is occurring.